All right, guys, this is take two of me attempting to record this video. And of course, as soon as I start recording, five people walk in and start shooting pool, and they're literally throwing pool balls around. So it's fucking great. Um, Welcome to the podcast that wants to get you to the window to cash a few tickets. That is us. He is Chris. He is not here. I am Jemiah Norman on the X Twitter machine at Too Sharp to Be a Square. On the Pickett at Pikkit at Jemiah Jmia. It's like these guys are fucking yelling on purpose. It's amazing. Let's get right into it without wasting any more of your time. I ain't gonna hold you. First game on the docket starting at 1 o'clock. We're on Wisconsin plus a 12 and a half against Michigan. They went into Michigan. They beat them by 4 or 3 or whatever it was. You're giving me 12 and a half. It's a public fade. All the money's coming in on Michigan. So give us Wisconsin plus a 12 and a half. Florida Vanderbilt. The only way Vandy keeps this game close is to score a fuckload of points. Pardon my language. Not really. Don't care. They got to score a shitload of points in order to keep this thing close. So over 160 in Florida and Vanderbilt. Next one on the docket is Dayton and St. Louis. St. Louis has been exposed. I feel like Dayton, they split the season series, and you're giving me 5.5 points. And St. Louis hadn't been in great form lately. Not terrible, but not great. We're going to take the Flyers of Dayton plus the 5 points. The next one is an absolute wagon. It's our first. I'm going to do 4% on this as these dudes yell some more because they suck. We're taking Howard team total over 77.5 points. Howard team total over 77.5 points. They have not missed this in about 8 to 10 games. I left my other iPad at home, so I can't really look it up, but they haven't missed this total in about 7 or 8 games. So that's a 4%er. Howard team total over 77.5 points. They should roll. I'm not going to mess with the total. Not going to mess with the side. The side's too big. They're the class of the league. They're going to score 80 points in this game. They should anyway. Next on the docket is Purdue and UCLA. UCLA lost a big man that was averaging 18 and 5, I think. And he went on down on a non-contact knee injury. And whiny baby Coach Cronin for UCLA said it'd be a miracle if this guy plays. So that's 18 points off the board. I don't like this Purdue team, and I don't trust them. But UCLA, without that big man, I'm not touching that spread. It moved from 5.5, 6. Now it's Purdue -8. Gun to my head, give me UCLA with the points, but I like the under better. So we're taking Purdue and UCLA under 145 points. The next one is I want to call it the Sean McVay special because I feel like John Calipari knows the spreads and he knows the over-unders because Arkansas is a covering machine. They cover the spreads like none other, and everything goes over. So we're going to go against them on the spread. We're going to take Ole Miss because they have been playing well, and you're giving me 9 points, almost double digits. I'm scared of Acuff. Sure, in freshman of the year, that kid is really, really good. But 9 points is a lot on a team that's got momentum. I don't care about 3 games in 3 days. When you get to the Georgia Southern level and you play 5 or 6 games in 5 or 6 days, that's different. This is the third game in 3 days. They're going to be fine. Give me the 9 points with Ole Miss against Arkansas, and also give me the over 158. Next up is St. Joe's and VCU. These teams split the season series, home and home, both covered big time spreads, and you're giving me 7 points with a team that split earlier this year. So we're going to take St. Joe's with the 7 points. Next on the docket, it looks like it's Tulsa and Wichita State. I feel like people think that this is a Wichita State Shockers of old. Every metric on the board is telling me Tulsa is a better team. Tulsa's in a better form. They've both been playing great lately. But if I can get a plus price on Tulsa to win this tournament, I'm going to take it. So we're taking Tulsa on the money line. That's another 2%er. Like I said, so far the only big boy play we have is going to be on that Howard team total over 77.5. That's the only big time one we're on. And we are also Purdue UCLA is a 3% under 145.5. Next, we are going to take Utah State, San Diego State. San Diego State needs this game desperately to get into the tournament. And what you don't do is you don't make bets on teams that need something. I'm not betting San Diego State because they need to win this game to get into the tournament. Utah State is in, but metrically speaking, form speaking, and everything else, give me Utah State to win on the money line, just straight up to win. I think Utah State's the better team. I think San Diego State will be NIT bound. Could be wrong. Stranger things have happened. This next one's going to be a fucking rock fight. St. John's and UConn. There, take the over on fouls, and if you can find a prop on the number of fucks and goddams and fuck bombs and f bombs that you see between Patino and Hurley, take the over on that too. But this is going to be a rock fight. We're taking the under for 3%, under 139.5 between St. John's and UConn. It's going to be a rock fight. It's going to be ugly. The next one is just a straight up public fade. Everybody's on Duke. Everybody loves Duke because they seem to have gotten off the schneid. I don't know. But I do like Virginia in a quote unquote revenge spot. Most overused term in sports betting. You know, you lose some, you win some. You don't remember like, oh, we got to get them back, whatever. In a tournament like this, when you just played about a week ago, it kind of does matter. And Duke's got bigger fish to fry. I think Virginia's going to want this a little bit more. Duke, again, is not healthy. So give me Virginia plus the 7 points. Another metric that I don't understand, and I think it's recency bias. Everybody saw what Kennesaw State did last night to Sam Houston State. Not everybody, but I did. What they did to Sam Houston State, who were the odds-on favorite to win that conference tournament. Kennesaw State was down big, not big, but they were down about 6 points in the first half. They came back and never looked back. But I think they come back to earth a little bit, and you're giving me over a possession with Louisiana Tech. So I'm going to take Louisiana Tech against Kennesaw State, Louisiana Tech plus 2.5. That's just a 2% play as well. The Wolverines of Utah Valley against Cal Baptist. Yeah, we're taking Utah Valley, the Wolverines, on the money line. They're metrically speaking, they're just a better team. It's kind of sketchy because Utah Valley doesn't cover spreads that well. California Baptist does. They do cover some spreads, but I'm gonna ride with Utah Valley here to win this conference and punch their ticket to the big dance. And I think it's a good look. So those are the games for the day, guys. I will run through them one more time for you, so you are cheer these guys in. I don't know how. I'm not even looking, but yeah, UMBC is going to make us sweat. That's why we took them on the money line, left the points out of play. Under 164 in Cale and Yornell, Yale and Cornell. Florida, Vandy over 160. Dayton Flyers plus 5. Howard team total over 77.5. That's a big time play, 4%, 5%. I really like that play. Purdue UCLA for 3% under 145. Ole Miss Rebels plus 9 and the over 158, both 2%. St. Joe's plus 7. Tulsa on the money line. Utah State on the money line. Straight up to win is what money line means, guys. UConn and St. John's under 139.5 total points. Virginia against Duke. Virginia plus the 7. Louisiana Tech plus the 2.5 against Kennesaw State. Utah Valley, the Wolverines on the money line for that midnight, late night special. I'm still looking at the Hawaii UC Irvine game. They split the season series. I can't get a read on the over or the under in that game. I like Hawaii just because they give me late night entertainment. Maybe I'll do a short if I get to the window with something on that game, but we shall see. And the other one starting in about 20 minutes is also Wisconsin plus 12.5 at plus money. I really like. I like them to cover the spread. They don't win that game, but I think they cover. As always, guys, don't bet what you can't afford to lose, and may your bets be sharper than ours. And hopefully, you get a few tickets to the window, cash some bets, make some money. Catch you guys later. For tomorrow, I'm actually going up to the casino. Hopefully, I'll have something put in for some long shot futures. We shall see. See you guys at the window. Take care. Bye.